Hi there, this is Ideas on Truth, and I'm Lisa Taylor. You know, how many times do we try to squeeze love into a schedule or into a form or into something outside of ourselves? I was working with a client, actually a client from Europe, and I have a feeling that this scenario, though it may not be your specific scenario, you can probably relate to some version of this. I know I could. So there's a mom of a teenager. The new husband wants to have the family together with the new siblings for 3 or 4 days in a row. The ex-husband wants to see the child every other day. The child is caught in the middle. The mom is feeling like, I need to align with my new husband. I need to care for my child. I need to make sure that I'm working out things with the ex-husband. So she was feeling completely stressed because she felt like the new husband was angry that his version of family was not being fulfilled. The ex-husband was angry because his version of family was not being fulfilled. Her daughter and she were both stressed because they couldn't please either one of them, and they were all caught in the middle. And the solution is not, let's try to find a schedule that works. Let's not try to, yes, that may be the result, that there's some amicable solution in scheduling. But the real solution is in the underlying need for peace and the underlying need to feel loved. The new husband wants to feel like there's a family. Well, if he's living under the belief that family can only be a good family if this schedule exists, and that's the only form in which love can exist, and the ex-husband is believing that love can only exist in this form and this schedule, then there's a limitation based on something outside, something in the physical realm, in the material realm, in the human realm that has nothing to do with love. Love is not restricted by schedules or form. Love is spiritual. Love is of source, is of God, is of spirit. And it cannot be restricted. It cannot be restricted by schedule or form. So the solution in this scenario is to identify love, to identify what is love in this family. What does love look like in this family? And that's an inside-out proposition, not an outside-in proposition. You know, with your best friend, can you go for a whole year not talking and pick up right where you left off? Because there's no time in love. There's no sense of time. There's no sense of form in love. When there's a true sense of love, it surpasses form, it surpasses time, it surpasses all of those limitations. So the healing in this scenario is to find that true sense of love, to expand our thought of what it might look like, to include more of what love is. Love can take all forms, all shapes, all time, all space. It can fill all space. It can fill all time, even though time is just a human construct. So love surpasses all of the human stuff. Love is a spiritual idea. Love is God. God is love. God fills all space. So when we understand that true sense, that divine sense of love, it surpasses time and space. Think about the love you have with your best friend or your dearest loved one. It surpasses time. Think about the love that you have when you have that intimate connection with somebody and time stops. There is no time in love. There is no space in love. Where time and space and fear are not. That's actually a line from a hymn, from a hymnal. I'll have to find out what that is and put it in the comments because I don't remember the name. But where time and space and fear are not, that's where love is. So my note tonight is, when dealing with the idea of love, we need to see beyond the constructs of time and space, and we need to see what love actually is in our lives. And it comes from our heart, It comes from that deepest part of ourselves that is content, that is feeling whole and complete, is not based on anything outside of us. And if we are believing, as in the case that I shared with you, if we are believing that a certain circumstance has to be true before love can exist, we're doing it backwards. We're seeing it upside down. If we think that we have to see a certain person a certain number of days or on a certain schedule for it to be a loving family or a loving relationship, it's upside down and backwards. Love starts from within and is expressed outwardly. So if we are pouring out love, it doesn't matter what space and time construct goes with that. It's going to manifest in its own way. And that's not up to us. We need to let that go. We need to let go of that personal constraint on love. There's a definition in Science and Health by Mary Baker Eddy, just the beginning of the definition. It's the definition of Gethsemane. Gethsemane, of course, is the place in which Jesus was crucified. So her definition of Gethsemane includes the part that says, love meeting no response, but still remaining love. And when divine love is expressed, even though it meet no human response, no response in the space-time continuum, it still remains love. And it still is expressed. And as we understand more of love, it just means there's more love expressed. It doesn't mean there's a finite pie that we're cutting up, and as we express more, somebody else gets less. As we express more and understand more and experience more, it just means there's more love. And that's a good thing. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to share. Subscribe to the YouTube channel Ideas on Truth. And you can always contact me, ideasontruth@gmail.com. Lots of love. Talk to you soon. Bye.